Welcome back to week 2 of sharing 5 tips per week while I work on phase 1 of an 8-week body recomposition program. Super excited, it's going well. So for week 2, my husband was away all week. He was in Greece, got the t-shirt, but I managed to hit my macros all week, hit my steps, do all my 5 workouts, and get going on week 3 as well because he was gone for 10 days, and I did really good. Some of the treats that I enjoy, some of them on a daily basis, really help with cravings and add that sweet treat that I love to have. So I'm going to show you those. I'm also going to do, for a second tip this video, show you some of the salty treats that I also like to have. So brought these back from the Bikini Prep archives, pop cakes. They are so yummy and they have a chocolate drizzle on top. So good. Maple syrup. I mean, I'm Canadian, but still, I love maple syrup. I actually need some more. I love having it as my sweetener on plain Greek yogurt with berries. So good. I actually haven't had this yet, but whipped cream has really good macros, so something to keep in mind with berries. This I've had. I love Yasso. They have so many different flavors. It's a Greek yogurt bar. Macros are really good. And when I know that I'm going to want one, I go into my macros, I put it in for the evening, and I save it as a treat for later. So my macros have kind of been saved, and I work on eating the rest throughout the day. But I know I have something to look forward to at night when we relax and the kids go to bed. And I know I mentioned berries, but when you're eating healthy, berries also taste so much better. They're so sweet. So keep that in mind as a really good, healthy alternative when you want something sweet. Have berries on hand. We actually went strawberry picking last weekend, so we had a ton of strawberries, and that was really helpful. I will be back with tip number 2 shortly, and one of these 5 tips during this video will also be my salty treats, which I also love to have every day. I am back with tip number 2 for this week while I wait for my egg white protein pancake to cook. It's actually just a 3-ingredient pancake. It's egg whites, oatmeal, and cinnamon, and I have it with maple syrup and some nut butter on top. So tip number 2, protein pacing. It's so important for many different reasons. 1, keeps you feeling fuller longer. It takes longer for you to digest the protein. Plus, it's the most important building block while you're trying to build muscle. Very important. So protein pacing means I'm going from meal to meal to meal that contains a really good amount of protein. I'm going to pause 2 seconds so I don't burn my pancake. All right, I'm back. See, that's the other side. Can't wait to have it. So it fills you up longer. It's important for building muscle. Also, you may have not heard about the thermogenic effect of food. It's a winning combo. It means that it actually takes more calories. Your body expends more energy to digest protein. So in terms of like net calories, it will take you more energy to digest it, which in the end, you kind of end up consuming less calories because of that thermogenic effect, the heat that it requires to actually burn it. So 3 benefits and more to consuming protein and protein pacing all day long so that you can recover and build that muscle that you're working so hard for. So protein pacing. What I do is I'll actually have egg whites, I'll have meat, I'll have cottage cheese, I'll have shakes, I'll have Greek yogurt all throughout the day, paired with good fiber, carbs, and healthy fats. All right, I guess we're going vlog style today. Never done a vlog in my life, but I wanted to show you the equipment that I have to lead into tip number 3. So at home, we have a variety of dumbbells. I have a treadmill. I have some bands here. I have this pull-up band that can help me achieve pull-ups, which I can't do yet. It's a goal. We can also do ab raises here. We have a variety of different bands. I have a mat, medicine ball, incline bench, super useful. And inside I have some other stuff, some P-Volve equipment, foam roller, an ab ball, that kind of stuff, but I haven't been using what's inside lately. So tip number 3, the reason I'm showing you this is I've actually outgrown some of the equipment here. I need a barbell, I need some barbell plates because there's certain exercises where my weights are not heavy enough. If I'm doing hip thrusts, it's getting dangerous with how many dumbbells I'm trying to stack on my hips. So I really need a bar and to be able to stack the weights on the ends. So that leads me to tip number 3. When you're trying to grow muscle, if you can easily finish your sets, your weights aren't heavy enough. I need to be working to failure, almost to failure, on those last reps to know that the weight is heavy enough. And I am trying to, I'm working with progressive overload. So it's like progressively you're loading the weights. If your weights aren't heavy at home or at the gym, you're just kind of, you're completing your sets. You feel great, but it wasn't really hard. Then you need to bump up those weights. So progressive overload for muscle building if you're trying to tone and work on your body recomposition is tip number 3. So I'm going shopping soon for a barbell and some plates. I am back with some salty treats or things that are really flavorful that have good macros that I use to flavor my food all the time, all day, every day. So feta, super tasty. I love to put it in my omelets, on salads. I love to make a Greek salad. Really good option. Here's something I put in my wraps. 1 tablespoon of cream cheese. It makes me so happy. It's so flavorful. That's an option. I've got olives. Now, any kind of olives, very good for you, good healthy fat, and I love the taste. Pickles. Macros on pickles are amazing. It is 1 carb per slice, but so flavorful. So I'll put that in my wrap as well. I actually love to have a wrap with chicken, spinach, 1 tablespoon of cream cheese, 1 pickle, and a wrap. Super yummy. And now here's my crunchy alternative for a little treat every day. Not sponsored, should be. I love pop chips. I will put on the scale and take out a whole serving. I will snack on it while picking up the boys from school. Or Boom Chicka Pop popcorn with sea salt. I'm actually out, so I can't even show you, but popcorn and those pop chips are definitely my crunchy treats. So hope that helps. I also have a whole video that I did a few years ago. It's a food haul. I will link it at the end of this video because I remember taking out a bunch of food on my kitchen table and going through categories. Like, these are my proteins, this is my fiber, this, like, all my tasty treats. And I know there's other stuff in there. So I will add that at the end of this video. All right, and 1 mindset tip for this week, because I shared one last week too, and it's so important. I overcame one of my struggles, one of my triggers this week, but that came with experience, with focus, and being really intentional about it. It's to know your triggers. Like, what are your triggers that make you just run to food that will be comforting? And yes, food should be comforting. Food is happy. Food is good. But sometimes we don't make the best choices because we have triggers where all of a sudden our goals or disciplines goes out the door because it brings us comfort. One for me this week, I'll just show you from afar. I had some skin biopsies done this week. I always get my skin checked every 6 months. And that's a trigger for me. It's even if I don't feel like junk food, it's like automatically I'll be like, oh, I'm getting some skin biopsies. I'm going to pick up Chick-fil-A on the way home. Like, it's just automatic. It makes me feel good before they even do it. This time I was intentional about it. I'm like, there might do some biopsies. What am I going to have after that will give me a bit of comfort? And really, because I was intentional about it, it's like, okay, when I get home, I'm going to make a coffee. I'm going to put some raw sugar in it and a bit of milk. I'm going to have this like small cookie that I have, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Like, I don't need to go seek the comfort from food, or I can make a better, choose something, an alternative that will be better for me because of my goals right now. So that takes work, and it takes being intentional about it. Like, either trying to plan ahead or while you're in the moment, just recognizing that it's happening, and maybe portioning out whatever it is that you want to have that will make you feel good. Like, yes, I just showed you my tasty treats. It could have been popcorn, it could have been chips, it could have been chocolate. Really, that part doesn't matter because it can fit in your macros. It's more being intentional, planning ahead, and making it fit into your macros regardless. So that was a win for me. Still waiting on my results, but I wanted to share that mindset tip for this week. Know your triggers and plan ahead. I hope this video was helpful. Again, 5 tips a week for my first 8 weeks of this building phase. I shared my first video last week. This is number 2, and I will link to that food haul as well at the end because there was a lot of option in there. Have a good week.